No, this fall.
Left my car running, so we can be honest.
All right, good.
It is a hell.
Start the meeting. Yeah, so we need to approve the committee meeting, the minutes from the last meeting. Dave,
Haley.
hi. So,
Let's get it on a second.
yeah,
Okay.
and very good. Should we go with the shovel here? I'm sorry. Okay. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right. And privilege of the floor, public comment? Anybody? Okay, hearing none, move on. Action agenda, new business items, request to renew contract. To renew the contract, an existing contract with Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York for conflict family court representation services. Current contract authorized by R 184/2023, expiring April 31st, 2025. This continues to utilize grant funding to defray the costs of conflict of family court cases to the county.
Yes, thank you. So this is just renewing a current contract. By contracting with the Legal Aid Society, we can use grant funding to reduce the cost to the county for family court vouchers. So this is grant money that's provided by the state so that we can normally all vouchers are paid out of the county coffers. So by using this grant money, we can spend some of the grant money to not have to pay the vouchers out of the county coffers.
Be separate, right? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for number one, need a motion.
Yep.
We need a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Second request is to amend it, renew a contract to amend and renew existing contract with the Rural Law Center to provide appellate assigned counsel services. Current contract authorized by R 185/2023, expiring April 31st, 2025. The new contract will be for 1 year, beginning May 1st, 2025, and continue until April 30th, 2026. And will be for $57,500 paid quarterly for up to 14 appeals. Any additional appeals above and beyond 14 appeals will be billed at $4,107.14 per appeal. Language regarding certain voluminous appeals counting as 2 appeals will be removed. This continues to utilize grant funding to defray costs of appeals to the county.
Similarly to the other contract, this one allows us to use grant funding to pay for appeals. If without this contract and without this grant, then this money would be paid out of the same line item we pay attorney vouchers out of for the county's budget. So using this contract, we can reduce the costs of appeals to the county using grant funding.
Last couple of years, I'm just curious, how many appeals?
So that's a good question. Over the last 5 years, we haven't gone over 13 appeals. The previous contract had up to 23 appeals and they were compensated at $2,500 an appeal. However, they wanted more money per appeal, and that's straightly tied to the increase in assigned counsel reimbursement. So when we did the last contract, there was still $75 an hour for felony and appeal work, but now it's $158 an hour. So they actually wanted twice as much money, $5,000 an appeal, and we had to have some negotiations to come up with this number. So this was a middle ground.
Right.
We have a motion to bring this to the floor. Mr. Strainer. Mr. Driscoll. In favor?
Aye.
Discussion items.
Thank you.
Okay. Good. Referrals pending, none? Privilege of the floor. Oh, well, should I do that now? Or wait till the end on this? Any comments? Nothing? Okay, we'll continue on. The action agenda here, new business items, is a request of resolution to request to reappoint members of the Warren County Fire Advisory Board for the term May 1st, 2025 through April 30th, 2026.
So every year we reappoint members to Fire Advisory Board. This year the membership is holding same as last year. Everyone has reached out to and covered, and this is a list that we've got for this year.
Motion to bring this to the floor. Dave, Kelly? And you have questions then?
No, I'll second it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
thank you,
sorry.
too.
I missed that.
Right.
I missed that.
All right. Anybody have any questions?
I just got one. What's the non-voting members again?
Non-voting members are mostly people from my office or like Derek Helms, Supervisor of Communications. Anyone that could kind of bring any insight into the committee.
We need to vote on this, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next request is a resolution to request to amend the 2025 contract to a budget to accommodate the fiscal year 24 as it is materials emergency preparedness grant.
So this grant is in the amount of $16,000. It's the same as it was last year. And we're just looking to bring it into our budget so we can start using some of the funds.
All right, we need a motion to bring this to the floor. Okay. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Should ask if you had any questions on that.
I don't.
So
Just to surprise you.
I'm just rushing along. Okay. All right. Number 3, request the resolution, resolution request to amend the 2025 budget to accommodate the match requirement associated with the fiscal year 24 hazardous material emergency preparedness grant.
Okay, so this grant has a 20% match. There are 7 counties that are in this consortium that will be using this grant funds. The project that we are having for this particular grant application is we're purchasing 3 training suits for each of the 7 counties, so 21 training suits altogether. The cost of the project is $20,000, with the $16,000 from the grant, and then the $4,000 from each county for the match. So we're the fiduciary agent this year for the program. And what we've done it in the past, and we'd like permission to do it again, is to bill, and we would pay for the $4,000 upfront and then bill the counties for the additional $571.43 from each county.
Motion to bring it to the floor. Okay. Second, Hale. And any discussion on this?
I have one. You said you're buying 20 training suits?
Yes, hazmat training suits for each of the.
That's just,
counties.
they're not used in the field, they're just
Yeah.
used for training.
Just for training.
And do you keep those suits here, or do the fire departments each get a couple, or I don't know how that work?
Each of the counties will get the 3 suits. So, and
Okay.
yeah, they will come down, we disperse them, they pick them up. They'll stay on the inventory so we know where they are, but that's how that
Okay.
is allotted.
All right. Any other discussion? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Any discussion items?
So I have one discussion item on here. There is an intelligence liaison conference coming up in April that I will be attending April 8th to April 10th. The intelligence liaison program is actually a grant requirement for the SHSP and the SLETP grant. I wrote down exactly what they are if you want me to.
Well,
Too many
he did put that.
The one's basically for state homeland security and the other is law enforcement part of it as well. 35% of the grant
I
funds
knew you
have to
did.
go to law enforcement.
And anything else?
That's it.
All right, good. Those pending items, no, right? And then privilege of the floor. No one? Okay. Motion to adjourn. Okay.
Like, Chairman.
I